improve our knowledge and understanding of democracy.
MAYEIN is a non-profit and the name stands for Mentoring Assistance for Youths and Entrepreneurs Initiative. Our mission is to promote positive youth development, girl-child empowerment, and youth civic engagement, because we believe that these three key pillars are essential for communities to thrive. As part of our focus on youth civic engagement, we work with school students to introduce them to democratic experiences and practices. We are creating positive civic experiences for secondary school teenagers, and we have introduced participatory budgeting for the first time ever into schools in Nigeria. We're working with 3 schools in Oyo State, and we're currently training about 68 students in participatory budgeting processes. Participatory budgeting, which is called PB for short, is a process that allows members of the community to be involved in their community spending. And at school level, it ensures that students have a say in how school money is spent. We have trained students in secondary schools to take part in school spending through PB practices. For the past 10 weeks, we have been working with students in Seed of Life College and training them in how to collect ideas from their school community, training them how to design projects around those ideas that they collect, training them on how to present those ideas so that the school community can then vote for what is basically a preferred project that will address the school community needs. This involved training students on how to, embark on research methods. Students went into classrooms, they went to school, around the school, getting feedback from the students and the teachers about what the problems in the school were. They designed suggestion boxes, they came up with creative ways to collect feedback. After collecting that feedback, they sieved through those ideas to identify workable, practical, projects that they could implement to address some of those problems that were communicated through the feedback. This basically exposed students to project design. What are the critical questions and important things to address or highlight when you want to design a public project, a project that benefits other people? And this experience has trained them in democratic habits and forming the right dispositions as a leader or people who will represent the majority interests. They are learning that they cannot just sit down in isolation and decide what is best for the people, but they must consult the people to get feedback about problems, about potential solutions that they wish to see. They're also learning how to manage public budgets, manage lean resources, scarce resources, to come up with important interventions and solutions that address urgent problems and benefit the many. Students also learned how to present their ideas, to members of the community so that they would vote for those ideas. In the real world, it's not enough to have good intentions. You have to be able to communicate it, either when you're campaigning for public office or when you want, a vote to be cast or a law to be made. You want the public to vote in that direction. You must communicate it in a compelling manner. So this is what the experience has also afforded these students. Through this election, which is happening in their school, students of Seed of Life College are basically exposed to very important principles of how a real election is conducted within a democracy. Not only do the budget delegates have a chance to present their projects to the school, which in the real sense is sort of like how somebody who's contesting for public office basically campaigns, before the electorate to generate votes. So this prepares them for, in a sense, to run for public office. But on the side of the school students who are going to vote, it's also a way that they get both voter education and they acquire voter efficacy. Now, they not just, learn about what are the things, an election looks like, but they practice it directly. They go through an accreditation where they are deemed eligible to vote. We give them, what we call voters cards, and valid voters cards. So they see what, the entire process of being accredited and what that materializes into.
They also see how an orderly election is conducted. You can see the students who are, filing out in a very orderly manner, standing in queues to cast their votes. They also see how, observers come and monitor, the elections on behalf of, the candidates. So we see also budget delegates, the teams were allowed to send in one observer each to monitor the process. This exposes them to how real elections are conducted, where you have, party observers, you have external observers and the likes. We also see the students witness the counting process, which was done very transparently. They see how counting is conducted, for the results to be deemed, credible and for the results to be upheld. So all of these, stages that were conducted were important in the life of students. When they grow up into, adults, they've also learnt in the real sense the power of a vote. They saw the declaration, the results declared, and they were happy. Many of them, the outcome of the results matched the votes, the desire through the ballot box. So, and they saw that their expectations were, materialized through the votes, through the results. So this is what happens in real life, and as adults, they will be eager to cast their votes in a real election. It will address the problem of voter apathy, like we said earlier. It will address the problem of, lack of efficacy for voting. It's not enough for people to want to vote, but people should be competent